Nature is everywhere, including our cities, and the greatest cities have great nature. Nature is not usually the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about cities, but it's becoming more evident that nature in cities is not only important for people, but for the plants and animals who also share these places. Nature in cities is complex and dynamic, meaning it's always changing. This makes the study of urban nature difficult. However, recent technology, available in our cell phones, has made it much easier to gather information which we can use to study cities and better understand how nature exists throughout them. When we learn about how nature functions and exists in cities, we can make good decisions that benefit not only people, but all living things. Today in this video, we are going to introduce you to iNaturalist. If you've never heard of it before, it's a free app you can use to document, learn, and share information about the things that live around you. It's as simple as taking photos with your phone. Have you ever wondered about the name of that bug in your house? Or what about that bird pecking on your chimney? How about the wildflowers you found at your local park? Using iNaturalist is a great way to get started learning about the natural world around you while contributing to science. When you share your observations to iNaturalist, you contribute valuable information that supports scientists and their research around the world. iNaturalist has become an important tool for studying nature, and in particular, advance the study of nature in cities. The people who study urban ecosystems are called urban ecologists. Cities are still not very well understood in terms of nature. Urban ecology is at the forefront of social and natural sciences, with the aim of helping people to understand their local environment. Each and every city around the world is different. We can improve our understanding of local biodiversity by collecting localized information. How can we better coexist? How do plants and animals respond to the conditions of the urban environment? Really, how much biodiversity do we have in our cities? To answer questions like these, urban ecologists have turned to citizen scientists. In citizen science, the public collaborates with scientists. The public gathers important information that would otherwise be impossible for an individual researcher to obtain. Using iNaturalist is one of the ways that you can become a citizen scientist. By taking photos or making audio recordings of our local biodiversity, you can help to advance our understanding about nature in cities. Today we'll give you a brief overview of how to use the iNaturalist app and how you can learn about nature near you. Then download the Urban Bioblitz form so you can conduct a bio-inventory of your own backyard. The iNaturalist app can be downloaded on iPhones and Android devices. You can always sign up at iNaturalist.ca. The first screen you see when you open up the app are your most recent observations. Click on the menu and go to Explore. These are the most recent observations made by people in my community. I can also click the map and view observations near me. By clicking on a pin, I can view that post. Using the magnifying glass, you can search for any species anywhere in the world. Today I'm interested in birds of Alberta. Viewing the map, I can see all the places in Alberta where people have made observations of birds. The photos you see with the green RG mean that they have become research grade. That means that the iNaturalist community agrees on the identification of that species. Click on any one of the photos to view that observation. The photos correspond to the map below. Click on the speech bubble to view comments and identifications made by others. If you're comfortable, you can suggest an identification. Based on the photo, iNaturalist will make suggestions about what it is a person may have seen. Look for suggestions near the top of the list that say "Seen nearby." Click on any of the names to view more about that species. You can review similar looking photos. Also check out the map of observations to see if this species is found near you. You can also view the seasonality of observations. As you can see, this bird is most observed during spring and fall migration. If the suggestions don't match, you can also perform a search to look for the name of the species you think it is. Hit the select button or green check mark and your identification has been added to the post. Next, we're going to show you how you can add your own observations to iNaturalist. Open iNaturalist and look for the green circle with the plus symbol. You can also visit the menu and click New Observation. You can make observations directly from the app. I personally prefer to take photos with my phone and then upload them later on, so today I'll be choosing my images. Each observation you make should be for a single species. By holding down one photo, it becomes highlighted, and I can then select the other photos related to that observation. Once you have all the photos, hit select. You're now in the iNaturalist uploader. You can view and edit your photos just with a click. Put your best photo first. That's what iNaturalist will use when it makes its suggestions. Go down to the box where it says, "What did you see?" This is where iNaturalist will provide its suggestions. The identification process is exactly the same. Look for observations that say "visually similar" and "seen nearby." When you click the name of each suggestion, you can view details about that species. See if the photos match yours. View the map to see if this species exists near you. You can always refer to the seasonality map to see if this is something you might expect at this time of year. You can always provide a more basic identification, such as a genus or just a simple name, like plants. This will help other iNaturalist users find your observation. They can then provide identifications for you and help you to learn. If it looks good, hit the select button. Provide some notes about what you saw. If you saw some wildlife, this is a good chance to add information about the behavior. One of the most important aspects of your observation is the map. Ensure that your pin is in the right location. You can adjust it by zooming in and out. If you prefer, you can use the satellite imagery to locate where you were. When everything looks good, hit the check mark. The location visibility allows you to screen your locations. If it's left open, people can see your photos and where you took them. If it's obscured, people can see your photos, but they can't see the location. And if it's private, your observation cannot be viewed by the public. By choosing obscured, scientists and researchers can still view the locations. It can also protect your privacy and protect the well-being of an organism. Threatened or endangered species are automatically obscured. In the case of this observation, it's in a public park and I'm okay if others view it. If the species is not wild, mark the box captive or cultivated. This includes houseplants, pets, animals at the zoo or wildlife sanctuaries, anywhere a species has intentionally been introduced by people. If I've joined any projects, I can add my observation. And when I have the form filled out, I hit the check mark and my observation is posted. Give it some time, but check back in on your observation. You'll receive a notification under Activity showing that somebody has provided a comment or an identification. You can also use guides. It can help you to learn about the plants or animals near you. There's also a missions feature. Missions provide objectives to find biodiversity in your area. There are lots of other features to explore with iNaturalist. Check out iNaturalist.ca to sign up for projects and see all the other cool features. You now have all the basic skills to use the iNaturalist app. A Bioblitz is an intensive inventory of everything that lives in an area. Here's a few tips for making great observations while bioblitzing your neighborhood. It won't take long for you to realize how much great nature we have inside of our city. Incredible observations are being added to iNaturalist every single day, from people just like you.